What's good, yo? Ecstatic here. I just wanted to make this video just to kind of talk about Type Soul right now. Hakuda, I've been playing Hakuda for quite a bit of time. It's just after this rework, it felt really good, and then they just decided to gut it for whatever reason. I'll probably have footage in the background of me playing it, how the state that it's in currently, but it just feels so just underwhelming right now. Half the moves can't combo into each other because of the amount of startup they have, and the moves just themselves do 0 damage whatsoever. All the dashes are easily blockable, easily parryable. No guard breaks really anymore. You really just can't do anything outside of catching dragon. Flying dragon just feels absolutely useless to use, especially after they made redirection flying dragon variant. The startup is just impossible to land the ability without someone dashing away or parrying it. Like, it's just a useless ability at this point outside of the counter. And even the counter itself is very garbage. Like, you land the counter and then what, they dash out, they can't get anything off of it. You can't combo anything off of it, you can't do anything off of it. It does like a 1%, I believe it's either 1% or 3% for the counter. It's just horrible. Really, yeah, the only good moves on Hakuda right now are like catching dragon, confliction. Shori's pretty garbage. It's the easiest block in the world. It does give good meter though, that's about it. But it's a free block. Unless you have a cheese build, then you can work around that, but like as soon as the rework dropped, it was like so, I mean, it's still fun to use because of the rework itself is really good. It's well designed, everything about it's good. It's just the nerfs that they've given it are just completely unwarranted. Like, it doesn't even make sense how like speed can be this brain dead right now. You can literally you don't have to use your brain to use this stuff. You can literally just press buttons and win. And speed already being good, and then they over buffing it, it just doesn't make sense. And now everyone's using speed. It's literally speed every match, damn near. Kendo's still good. Kendo will always be good. Like, it's just the way the moves work right now. Yeah, there's not much you can do unless you like change startup and stuff. Keto, it's never been bad. It's probably the one time the Hakuda's actually been like bad. It's by far the worst. It's like Hakuda and Medic are just almost like neck and neck, but I still feel like Hakuda's work worse. You can make Medic work, and Medic actually like has other things they can use, especially if you're a wrong card Medic. But yeah, it's just Hakuda just it's not usable. I've gone match after match of just me doing more hits than the other person, and then I'll use Shadow to see their HP, and they'll be at like 70% HP, 40% HP, and then they'll hit me like with 1 speed combo, and I'm half HP. Like, it's just it doesn't make sense. And then the whole buddy system, there is 0 traits that help Hakuda at all. It helps every tree except for Hakuda. I don't know if that's intentional because they want to revert Hakuda, because that's what they really need to do right now. They need to just revert it. Either revert it or buff it. They can't really buff it because the only thing that can buff to make it good right now is revert the startup nerfs. Like, I understand like most of the stuff comes out like frame 1 basically, but like it needs to be that way. How it's designed, it needs to be that way, or it's just gonna be trash. Like, if you're gonna design something to where it needs to be frame 1 startup, like a TP that has no, like, it has a little bit of wind up, but like it just comes from global, basically global range to just TP to them and instantly have a move come out. It's easy to work around because you can just dash or parry it because the sound cue is very loud. Redirections, Flying Dragon, it is busted, but it's just by design. It's designed to be busted. It's not busted anymore because you can't even land the move because it has just like 3 seconds of startup. But when it was originally dropped, it was just brain dead OP. But they designed it to be that way. Like you can't have it be a okay ability. Like it's just either really good or really bad. There's no in between. And like my build was so much better. Cause I'm using the build that I'm using in this video is the same exact build. I had to change it, but it's the premise is still the same, and it was so good before the rework, and the rework made it a little worse because I had Keto Hakuda instead of Hakuda speed. I was 50 Hakuda and 15 Keto with death dealing, and it was the most cheese. The most cheese build of the world, but it was fun to play, so I just kept playing it. But after the rework, I was like, man, these abilities look nice. This literally looks how Hakuda should be. And then it was fun playing it in the beginning. I was like, man, this feels like an actual fighting skill tree instead of just air comboing someone, just pressing 1, 2, 3. And then trying to bait out a parry or a block. Like, you know, I mean, it was still fun to do, but it was not nearly as fun as this rework. That's the only reason why I come back to Type Soul, is because of Hakuda. If it wasn't how it was, I would not be playing this game. It's literally dead. They don't release updates. They break everything they update. I don't know what the dev team does. I don't know what they're doing. They added this buddy system that's literally just pay to win. I spent a whole hour in boss raids with a Kisuke elixir and didn't get a single buddy. So it's either just clan wars or that, but I'm not sitting 6 hours on a dead game to farm for something that I could get that could be just absolutely useless potentially. It's just not something that's worth my time, you know. So they just need to revert it at this point. I don't think there's anything they can really do to make it any better than it is right now, except for decreasing startup on literally like half the moves. Because like Senpo and what's the other move? Compass, they're literally just useless moves. They they either, because before it would be that it even through block it'll do the second hit of Compass, and now it doesn't even do the second hit. So it's like it's a free block because it doesn't do that much posture damage unless you land the second hit, which it can't come out if they're blocking, so it's literally just pointless. It's easy to dodge. Senpo never lands unless, and even if Senpo does land, it does like no damage anyway. And it's like it'll proc a star for you for Flying Dragon, but all the Flying Dragon moves are literally garbage. Like they're like sometimes I'm just like debating whether I should just take Flying Dragon out of my skill tree or not in my skill tree, out of my hotbar, because it's just so like it gets like no use unless they're like guard broken or something, which can never happen because unless they block Flying Dragon. But most of the time people just get hit by Flying Dragon, or not Flying Dragon, Catching Dragon. People just get hit by it. And I do have the Quincy unstable crit into Flying Dragon, which is most of the time it does work. Because it's like most people, if they get hit by the unstable crit, they just flash step, so it's it's almost guaranteed to land unless it's only happened a couple of times where I've gotten parried, or they just spam click a move to try to get out of it, which it shouldn't be. They should have more stun than that, but I should at least be able to land a move. Like before, I'd be able to at least crit Tora Reach and get get actual combo started, but now I can't even get a combo started because I can't land any moves that have combos because they can just dodge. Like the flash step will give them infinite iframes after my crit hits, to where they just can't get hit by any moves unless they're like giant AoE moves like Catching Dragon, or it's a guard break AoE move like Death Flare. Like, you're not landing any moves off of that because you can't land Compass anymore because the second hit doesn't come out anymore. So if they dodge it, it just won't. They'll get the flash step frames. So if you use Compass, it'll just instantly dodge for them. And then Simpo, it's the same thing. They'll just get a free dodge off of it. Because they're in dodge frames of flash stepping while my crit is finished. And I just can't do anything off of it. Now I've been able to make it work. But that's only because Visionary's just brain dead OP. If I don't even know what else abilities I could use. Like, before I was using Death Dealing, and Death Dealing itself is pretty good, but I don't get any like actual combo starting abilities or like damage at all, so I swapped off of it. I was using balance a little bit, but it's how good it's hard to combo off balance. Like, you could just do the slice into Confliction, but Confliction right now, it's like impossible to land any moves off of landing Infliction or Confliction. Like, you'll land Confliction and try to do it. The only move that I've been able to actually occasionally, like sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the time it does work, is landing Confliction, and instantly I'm literally spamming my key to hope that it'll come out in time with the like the lag of Roblox, to hope that it'll come out in time of Trinity's first stack coming off, and it has enough startup to where I can get it off most of the time if I'm not lagging off of a Confliction. Other than that, there is no other move you can land off of Confliction to where it'll actually land and they can't just dodge out of it. Before, it was Ankle Splitter, and it was brain dead, I can't lie, because like Confliction and the Ankle Splitter make it to where they can't flash that, they can only dodge. Like, it was so broken, but now Ankle Splitter, like, you can never land Ankle Splitter because it has too much startup, and the hitbox is so like small, like you'll never land that move. And then it's like, it's hard to even M1 on Hakuda because like everyone else's M1s are just insane, like infinitely better with like speed weapons and kendo weapons. They're just like way better M1s, so you can never get U style unless you're fighting someone that's just horrible at the game. Yeah, so I can't even really, I have never seen, since Hakuda got gutted, I've never seen someone use Raging Demon, like not once. I've used it a few times, but that's only because I'm literally just playing against someone that's bad. And I'm not the best player either. Like, I'm not saying I'm the best player in the world. I'm not really that good. I'm only at like 500 elo right now. On the game being dead, so I don't even know if that equates to anything. Because I don't know if the players right now are just the sweaty players are only still playing, or people that just don't know the game's bad are still playing. I really don't know. But I'm at 500 elo right now. It's okay. If Hakuda was better, I'd 1000% be higher, but that's just not possible. So really, I hope and I pray that they revert Hakuda to its original, because it wasn't even that hard to deal with. Like, once you played enough, like when I first started playing the game, like I thought Hakuda was just the worst thing to play against, and everyone, like, it was ruling 1v1s. Like, everyone was using Hakuda, and I just played against it so many times. Like I think I played like 200 matches, and I played against Hakuda enough to where like it wasn't even a factor of playing against it. Like, it's just, you just wait to parry. You just parry off reaction, and it was just easy to counter. Because most people that are good, they're M1ing in between, or they're delaying their hits. It's just one of those two. If you're playing against someone that's trash, you could just brain off parry easily. But the skill tree wasn't that hard to deal with. Shori was easy. It was not that easy of a block. It was pretty easy block. And then the unstable crit for Quincy, brain dead. It's for sure brain dead. When the revert, before the rework, it was, I just wanted them to take it out the game because it was just so brain dead. But, and then even that, after I got used to it, even if I got hit by it, like the crit and tutorial reach, it was the easiest parry. Like once you know the timing, it's literally a free parry. That's why I didn't even use that combo that much. It was really just the crit into dashing in and then using Catching Dragon, and then using whatever the 2-kick move that up tilts was. I don't remember what it was called. Yeah, just using that, and that's just free in and of itself. But yeah, Hakuda right now, it's still fun because the core premise, the whole kit is just fun to use, but it does no damage. TLDR, it does no damage. Too much startup on all the moves, or not all the moves, half the moves have too much startup. And you just can't get anything off of it. It's not doing anything for me. Everyone's out damaging me. Speed, like, it's really not fair that speed is this good and Hakuda isn't even remotely close. So there's that. And then the buddies, no traits buffing Hakuda at all, is literally insane. No traits buffing Hakuda. There are some buffs to the buddy, like the actual buddies themselves, that are not bad for Hakuda. But there's only like 2 of them. Like only 2 of them are actually usable, or actually do anything good. Like the Gehenna guard breaking, it's so good. I haven't used it, but I just know that it's probably amazing for like Hakuda Kido. I already know. But I can't get it. I'm not spending money for that shit. So yeah, it's in the worst state it's ever been, like in history of Type Soul. It's the worst it's ever been. It's not like, I've not seen one. I've seen one in this. I don't know if I put it in this video, but I did fight against Hakuda while I was recording. I've only fought against like 2 Hakudas out of like 50 matches. No one's playing the skill tree. I don't know why the devs haven't done anything about it up until this point, because it's been like this for a long time. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know what they have in store. I understand that they want to, like, the dev worked really hard on it. I don't know what dev made it, but dev worked really hard on it. It's good. It's great. The whole, like, animations, everything is good. And I understand that you don't want to just ruin someone's work, but when something's not performing, it's not performing. Like, you gotta do something about it. And I know it's probably not gonna happen because the game's already the game's fried. But I just hope that it could get the boost that it deserves, because I know that, like, literally everyone's hitting speed, and it's literally just Clone Wars at this point. I just want it to be, I mean, it's not that it's unusable, but I just have to do so much more work to win than any other skill tree does, and it's frustrating. I won't lie, it is frustrating. But that's all I want to talk about. It's, I don't know how I yapped for this long, 19-minute yap video, but I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.